going on? Welcome back to We Are the Batman. I'm Mike.
And this is Matthew.
I'm so excited that I forgot what show I was on for a sec. We are
the three Matthews.
The three Matthews. Oh God, we are here today to do our episode 1 review of The Penguin on HBO and Max. It's almost like HBO and Max. It's almost like we should put them together and just call them one thing, like HBO Max or something. I don't know. It's almost like that was a better name.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's almost like you're going to have Max is going to suddenly be nothing but DC stuff, and then they're going to have to call it DC Unlimited.
Anyway, we're here to talk about The Penguin episode 1.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just gonna get right into it, man. I loved it. I loved this episode. And my expectations were high. Like, my expectations were high going into this, and I still came out just floored. I think the only thing that would have maybe made me a little more excited would have been if I could have watched the episode uninterrupted by somebody.
Man, I know. It's like when family's just doing nothing, and then you're like, hey, we're trying to do something.
I am 20 minutes into the episode, and my phone starts ringing, and it's the theme song from The Batman, in case you don't know what my ringtone is, because what else would it be? And I look down, and it's Matthew Hasso, and I answer the phone, not with a hi, not with a hello, not with a is everything okay? I answer with a I'm literally watching it right now.
I was just going to ask how it was. So, and I literally was like,
a text message, sir. That is the equivalent of a meeting that could have been an email.
I was driving. I was trying to be safe.
Then you wait till you get home.
No, because look, this is what it was.
This is you calling me in the middle of a guitar solo, Matthew.
Yes.
This is you calling me in the middle of a guitar solo.
Anyway. Essentially, I was trying, like, my wife wasn't sure she wanted to watch it. So I was like, if it's good, I can say, hey, Mike says it's good. We need to check it out. But instead, I had to go home and go, like, I really should just text Mike more often than not call him.
Yeah, you really should. This is a long established rule in our friendship, Matthew. Anyway, loved it. Loved this episode. Absolutely. How'd you feel, man?
I enjoyed it. Like, I think, everybody should know, if they listen to the show, that I'm not the guy who wants to watch the story about the villains.
Yeah, you don't necessarily care about villain origin stories.
No, not particularly. Yeah. But like, the Colin Farrell's one of those actors who he's one of my, I can't say he's my favorite, but like, he's one of those guys, like, if he's in a movie, I'm like, I know he's going to be good.
Yeah.
I've said it before. I said it again. I cannot believe he was not nominated for Saving Mr. Banks. Like, that is insane.
Yeah, I know.
But he was fantastic in this role, unrecognizable in this role in the Batman, and he continues that trend. And it's incredible, the performance he's putting in here. But even beyond that, like, it had some humor, it had some fun, it had some darkness. But it really is that what they said, like, this is going to be the rise of the Penguin, not to coin that phrase from Gotham, but like, you're really seeing him put it together. So I really liked it. I liked that by the end, you're like, oh, this was his plan.
Yeah. He is much smarter than anyone has given him credit for. Not only is he smarter than he was given credit for, he is, he's more quick-witted than people give him credit for. Like, he's not just a fast talker. He's a fast thinker. You have to be able to think fast to talk that fast, Yeah. As somebody who does comedy, on a pro-am level, I'm not quick-witted. I don't do improv. I'm not one of those people who does like a lot of off-the-cuff crowd work, unless it's kind of like obvious. I'm just not that fast. That, like, I'm known for being a slow writer in general. So Oz Cobb, we'll get into the name change in a little bit here, but he is, everyone talks, oh yeah, you're always just, you always know just what to say. You always have just the right thing to say. It's like, yeah, because he's smart. You have to be smart. You have to be able to think quickly and think ahead to be able to come up with something that fast and put that in a man as dangerous as Oz,
Yeah.
who comes from a dangerous background. We see a dangerous home. That's a dangerous guy with that
Yeah.
kind of power left
Especially
unchecked.
especially when you do something really stupid, like kill the new head of the Falcone crime family.
Was it stupid or was it instincts? Was it
Yeah.
instincts?
I mean,
It was stupid. It was stupid.
yeah.
But
The the fact that he does it and then he's just like sitting there and he's like, "Huh," and then he's just like, "Oh fuck."
yeah. Well, and the fact that, like, we never in all the trailers saw whose body he was hiding. We knew he was hiding a body, and Rosie would like to join the conversation here. She watched the show with me. People at home can't see, who are listening on audio, can't see my cat. Everybody who's on YouTube gets to see the cat. So, benefits of the YouTube version is you get to see the cat every once in a
Give me the
while.
call sign. Give me the call sign. Give
Hang
me the
on,
call sign.
my hands were full with a cat. You gotta.
No, you have to say your
Here we
hands are
go.
full.
No, that's I'm not even gonna cross that line on this show. But anyway, yeah, subscribe everybody. But yeah, I once they introduced the name Alberto Falcone in the first couple seconds, I was like, oh, he's dead. My immediate thought was, oh, that's the body. Okay, that's who Oz is gonna kill. Okay, that's why Sophia's pissed at him. That's why the rest of the family's pissed at him. That's why he's talking to Sal in the trailer. He's okay. That's because Alberto Falcone, as whom we have talked about again. We did not know when we set out to do the Batman origins and all that, and Long Halloween and Dark Victory. We had no idea how much we accidented our way into lore on our own podcast, Matthew.
Yeah.
So we were just like, let's talk about the origins. Now let's do Long Halloween. Hey, Long Halloween's got a trilogy coming out. Let's read the sequel. Oh, hey, let's also talk to this writer who wrote all these origins that also fold into Dark Victory and the Hangman and all that. Oh, look, the Penguin's coming out. That also folds into all this stuff. We have accidented the We Are the Batman podcast cinematic universe, Matt. What we're saying.
Are we so quick-witted that we did it all on purpose?
Or was this our plan the whole time? James Gunn, hire us. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. If you can't unlock that Nightwing, trust me, I got 4 different ways this could work.
Anyway, but that is the mood. This is people who are watching this show for the first time are like, what the flying fuck? This is the level of excitement that this show has evoked in me as a Batman nerd, as a DC Comics nerd. It's like what has been invoked into my veins as a fan of DC in the last few months through doing this show, and then through watching this first episode of The Penguin and Batman Cape Crusader. Ooh, let's talk some more about the show, though, Matt. I've talked a lot. I want to hear more about how you feel about the show, man.
I really like it. Like my thing was this, like, there is a tendency for these streaming shows to get super dark, super rated R, super over the top with all the things that I'm not saying I don't want to see in a show, but I'm not interested in seeing, especially in a comic book movie or a comic book show. And on top of that, I like watching stuff with my wife. So the fact that, like, at the like, he starts dropping language and I'm like, oh, okay, we're going beyond the language that was in the movie. Okay. That kind of, so then as it goes farther, I'm like, man, I hope we don't start dipping into stuff we don't need in this show. And they don't. And my wife and I had a really good time watching it. She really enjoyed it. We're on board with it. I think it was it was refreshing, very well written, very well paced, very like I said, not till the end of the movie or the end of this episode do you go, oh, everything after he killed that man, after he killed Alberto, has been intentional. He's done everything on purpose. This is his plan to do this thing, to blame whatever his name is. Am I getting names mixed up? The point of it is
we'll figure it out as we go. We are both old men that are terrible with names, people.
That too. But no, I really did. I mean, sometimes in a show like this, you have Colin Farrell, and he's a fantastic actor, and then you're just budgetarily just grabbing who you can grab, or somebody is forcing you to use somebody. Looking at you, Katie Holmes of Batman Begins.
Yeah.
There's nobody who's giving a crappy performance. Like there's like the kid, his
Oh, we're
Robin, whoever
we're
his name
we're,
is.
we're going to talk about Vic, and believe me, we're going to talk about Vic because I really
Yeah.
enjoyed Vic.
So yeah, that was my thing that I really enjoyed, was the fact that there was nothing in this where I was like, I don't know why they picked this person. Everybody is on top of their game. They're keeping up with Colin. I'm really interested to see how this now unfolds, now that he's laid out the beginnings of this plan to put these two families against each other.
So before we get so let's go ahead and get into like the actual the story and the plot of the episode itself, as I knock my mic stand again, and now it's going to be an pain in the ass the rest of the episode. This is we literally pick up like the day after, a couple days after.
It's during.
I mean, it's a mix of the end of the Batman. Like we get more of Oz's perspective, like that last shot from the Batman of him in the club. We get more of that, more of the ending from the perspective, more of like the news reporting that was going on about like sightings of the Batman. We get, Batman's name, and there are multiple times throughout the episode that I feel like Batman's presence is hinted at in a way, but without name dropping it, not relying on it. There's a moment specifically where, like, when they're, and again, spoilers, like, come on. I'm not making a bat signal that says spoilers. Shouldn't have to. But when they say like, yeah, we're shutting down your operation here, it's not safe anymore. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, what do you think they're talking about? You think they don't know about your highway chase with the headlights from hell, my friend? Come on. They know about Batman. Everyone knows about Batman now. They want their operation away from Batman.
Yeah. He went to your club twice. And was not stopped
twice that
either
you
time.
know of. Twice that he knows of.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was
yeah.
I think that's a I don't feel like we're gonna get filler.
No.
This
is a 90-minute episode, like no post credits. I think there was like 5 minutes of credits at the end, of like actual credits at the end. So like maybe like an hour 25. Yeah. And it clipped, man. Like I don't, it's kind of the same thing of like from the Batman. It's like, it's 3 hours, but what do you cut? Again, with this, like, it's an hour and a half pilot, but what do you cut? Nothing. There's nothing to take out of this.
No, it's you've set up some pins. Now we're gonna get to watch them knock them all down through the next 6 episodes.
8 episodes. We got 8 episodes coming.
For the next 7 episodes, you're gonna just start him taking down all these different people who have been treating him like crap. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how this goes. I'm really interested to see what happens to this kid.
Yeah,
this kid that like for all intents and purposes, he was gonna blow that dude away. And then
Vic is not a character from the comics. This is an original character.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see if he survives the show.
I will be too.
So
and if he does, I'll be interested to see if we see him in the Batman part 2, because we know that Colin Farrell is coming back for part 2.
Yeah.
So but then we also get the introduction of like more of the Falcone crime family. Sophia is introduced, who we've talked about a lot from talking about comics lately, played by Kristen Milioti, who, again, I am still blown away that this is, and I know this means nothing to you, the mom from How I Met Your Mother is how I was introduced to this actress. And I know she has done so many other things, but like that's what I know her from. Chris Pratt will always be Andy from Parks and Rec to me. So she is so scary when she's introduced, just that figure that just walks into the background. And because Sophia in the comics, big lady,
Yeah.
Big, intimidating, scary lady. Sophia, teeny tiny little lady, still scary.
Yeah.
And we get introduced to her. We then get introduced to, also we go and meet Sal Maroney, played by, oh hail Clancy Brown, the man with the greatest voice in the world after James Brown, rest in, or not James Brown, James Earl Jones, rest in peace. Oh, James Brown too, but James Earl Jones, rest in peace. Well, by the way, we meant to mention James Earl Jones in our big news roundup last time around. Apologies for not acknowledging it. Had just happened. It was a hard one to wrap our heads around, but rest in peace to James Earl Jones, man. Seriously.
And we'll do an extended conversation about that in a different episode.
Yeah, we will. Absolutely will. But we meet Sal Maroney. We get the plant of the ring, gets it, goes in there. We and I watched the episode again this morning. I took the day off work and I had some time, so yeah. I watched it during breakfast, and I don't know. I'm so glad that Clancy Brown made it to the end of the episode, because that means we have much bigger plans for him. Mm-hmm. Even in the speech at the end, he lets us know like Sal's got a bigger part to play in this, and that just had me going, oh, thank God, because anytime Clancy Brown shows up in a nerd property, it's for like an episode, and he either dies or we just never see him again.
Yeah.
So,
well, and it's interesting too, of like, you have that weird moment of like, oh, okay, maybe he is going to do what he's saying. Like, nope, this is a plan. Nope, this is going to be a thing. This is gonna. There's a he's
always got a plan B.
Yeah,
he's always got a plan B. He's like, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna make him an offer, and then if he accepts my offer, cool, I'll just ride that out. If he says no, fine, I got a backup plan. And if that backup plan fails, then I gotta. He always has a plan B. He always has a backup plan. That's kind of the ins and outs of the plot, and then of course just the framing of the Maronis for the murder of Alberto, done expertly by Vic and celebrated over suicide slushies, which never wanted one more. Now, so that's the main meat of the episode. Let's talk the actors. Let's talk the casting. We've talked about him a little bit. I want to talk more about Colin Farrell as Oz in this. First of all, I actually am. I applaud them for making the conscious effort to change his name, because having an Italian-esque Brooklyn dude whose last name is Cobblepot doesn't really track. Oz Cobb makes a little more sense if you're going to give him, especially what sounds like just kind of a basically a New England origin. So,
well, and it also could be like he obviously has kept his mother completely out of the city, involved in anything. Yeah. So I'm wondering if that's just the name he uses, and his real name is Oswald Cobblepot, but he uses Ozcobb to be this like criminal name, so it doesn't sound, because you're right.
I haven't considered that, actually. Yeah. That's an interesting idea.
Writer. Anyway,
that's an interesting idea. I like that.
So
I like that idea a lot, actually.
Now, whether if it happens, cool. If not, still cool.
but also, like, your idea of hiding your identity is changing your name from Oswald Cobblepot to Oz Cobb is like saying I'm a vampire and my secret name is Dr. Acula.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's hiding anything. I think he's changing it for the persona.
I know what you mean, but it's one of those. It's like that's not a hard one to put together. You know what?
You change your name from Shang-Chi to Sean? I was 15. Give me a break.
Give us another one of those movies. It's so interesting because there's not as much dialogue between Colin Farrell and Renzi Feliz, who plays Vic. And I think it's because, like, Renzi Feliz, he's playing this kid. I'm looking to see if the actor actually has a stutter or if it's just a thing they're doing with the character.
I'm sure it's the character.
I think it might be a character choice, but because I appreciate the decision to have Oz approach this kid who's got a stutter and immediately feels kinship with him.
Yeah.
because we see later on, again, a tribute to the prosthetic work that Colin Farrell put himself. This is why he said he wants to take a break from playing the Penguin, y'all, because
Yeah.
what they did with that foot prosthetic was genuinely, like, I felt uncomfortable on his behalf. I'm like, I can't imagine how painful it is to walk around on that all day, every day.
Or the fact that like there's a scene, I mean, we don't see anything, but he's fully naked, which means he's in a full body prosthetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Full body.
That
And
is,
that's, I mean, he's usually probably in a fat suit anyway, but like
yeah.
this is a straight up like he is like, nope.
Yeah.
I did zombie makeup once. Never, ever, ever. Nope,
Yeah.
nope, and nope.
I'm good. Poor Michael Dorn had to do it for all those seasons of The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and all those movies.
Yeah.
Homie was ready to be done. But the scenes between, but what I appreciate was the choice to have there be as little dialogue as possible between them, because Oz is aware of, I hate being forced to walk around on a foot that hurts. I'm not going to make this kid talk because it's hard for him to do that. He
Yeah.
can talk to me if he wants to. I'm just going to tell him what to do and he can say yes or no. And so we have a lot of time with Oz in him and Vic in the car, and Oz is just sitting there contemplating, working, thinking. That's how is he so smart and planning all ahead? That's when he's doing his planning right then. Because we see, what does he do when he's taking Al's body? Last thing he does, gets the phone, uses the ID, unlocks it, keeps it open, takes pictures of what he needs, doesn't send a text, doesn't forward a text, doesn't forward an email, doesn't leave it, just takes a picture, smashes the phone, gets rid of it. He is thinking ahead. And so having the decision to have a character with you that you can have these development moments with in ways that don't involve dialogue, both between the two characters and individually, where they can learn about each other in ways other than speaking. Like when you start the car and the first thing you hear is 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. The fact that Penguin's a Dolly man. Yes.
Sold my wife. She loves Dolly Parton. So when that happened, she was just like, okay.
Well, if there's anybody living the exact life that Dolly Parton is describing, it's a guy who in this episode is up for like, what is it, like 36 hours straight at one point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the first time that him and Vic get any sleep are like the night before he goes to meet Sal, I think.
Yeah.
So it's just those directorial and writing choices of saying more with less was, I mean, that was a hallmark of the Batman.
Yeah.
What about you, man, on Oz and Vic, man? Like, how else are you feeling about these two?
I like I just hope they don't kill him.
I know. I know. So if you take Vic away from us, I will you better have big plans. And if you do, it better be like Mariko's death in Shogun. Like it better matter. It better mean something. So yeah, man. Yes, but yeah, tell me some more about what are your thoughts on them?
Like, I think too, the fact that kid's smart enough not to laugh at the Dolly Parton thing, to just sit there and then just like look out the window and kind of smile and realize, like, if I play this cool, not only do I get to live, but maybe something's gonna happen here. And then by the end of the episode, like, this is like, we're boys. This is it. We're doing this together. You had a really good idea in the way you did this. Like, we're good. And I think that's I thought that was really cool. I liked the how quick, like you said, like there's a commonality between them. And then just the fact that the kid's smart enough to know, hey, let me shut up. If I just play this game and go along with this thing, it's going to work out. Maybe we'll see. But no, I really did like that. I mean, it's kind of funny. I didn't even think about it till I saw a quick article. I'm like, yeah, you're kind of playing the Jason Todd origin. He's trying to steal Penguin's wheels, and he comes across him, and now this is his kind of pseudo sidekick. I don't know if he becomes like, Sparrow. I don't know what they would call him, but
He's just Vic.
yeah, he's just Vic. So
He's just Vic, baby.
well, I mean, his last name's Aguilar, which means like eagle. So in Spanish. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, Penguin does have, people like that in his, Penguin family, nest, roost. I don't know.
Clan.
No.
Point being, I think this could be a really cool character if he continues on into the movies.
Yeah.
So, maybe he breaks off and becomes his own villain or whatever. But no, I really did like the relationship. I really do like, you have that thing of like, look, if Penguin was a vicious, cruel person, he'd have just brain panned him right there. But the fact that he's like, hey, let's watch the sunset. And the fact that the kid's like, nope, I know exactly what this means.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to Lenny me. I don't want to be Lenny'd.
I want to talk about the rabbits.
Yeah. I don't want to rabbits. I don't want to talk. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of like, I mean, it sounds ridiculous because he's going to murder him, but it's like,
yeah,
you're not just going to, this is not Alberto. You don't hate this kid.
Yeah. This is you, man. This is another you. And I really, again, like, they come from the same side of town. He's like, hey, I know that building you lived in. I know it's gone from the flood. Again, we're feeling the repercussions of the movie. There were a lot of times while they were driving around together that you really felt like Matt Reeves took some of the criticisms he heard about, like, the Batman being too dark.
Yeah.
So, like, there's a lot of stuff in daytime, but they do but like, again, Gotham feels still so spectacularly gritty and lived in. Like, sometimes when they do these transitions from like the movie to the show, it feels smaller. It feels like a set. It doesn't feel it feels too clean, too dressed. But again, I think I remember them saying they shot on the same sets. So yeah, kudos to everybody involved in the production design and the cinematography, because I still felt like I was in the Gotham City from the Batman.
Yeah. I there's a couple times like when he's carrying the body down the stairs and you're just like, how's this gonna go wrong? And then he's just like,
no. As soon as he got down the first step, I was like, dude, he's dead.
Yeah,
he's dead. Mea culpa, but he's dead.
Yeah, I think my wife even yeah, do that.
Buddy, you have and also, especially like once you see the scene later where you see his foot, it's like, oh yeah, you throw the body down the stairs.
Yeah.
No, especially because he was carrying him on his right shoulder. Yeah. You don't put that weight on your bad foot. Down the stairs with him. He was a piece of shit anyway. So
fair.
Anyway,
I like that. I was caught off guard at how good this was. Yeah. So I'm really excited for this. So
I wanted to talk a little bit more about just some of the other side characters. Again, Kristen Milioti as Sophia. Like, it's weird, in the comics and in the animated Long Halloween movie. Sophia is presented as, a large woman, not, very, like, both masculine and feminine presenting at the same time, not in an androgynous way, but just like, she's just a very masculine woman who, just dolls herself up like, to the nines, because she's probably, a woman who's never felt pretty and wants to make herself feel pretty, as opposed to in this version where like I had to keep reminding myself to not crush too hard on Sophia Falcone, because she's gorgeous, but she crazy.
she crazy.
She real crazy,
but also very intelligent.
So she is smart.
Like she's seeing completely through Penguin during that meal, and she's just like you know when she says that whole thing about like you're capable, you're capable of war with the people think, and I'm just like, what she meant was, I know you killed my brother, and I'm gonna kill you soon.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, as soon as like he turned up missing, she was like, okay, then someone has him or someone killed him.
Yeah,
Because remember, like we already established in that opening scene that he was staying clean,
yeah,
that he wasn't doing drops, that he was under a lot of pressure and he was trying to stay clean to keep a clear head. Oz pressured him into doing it to get him fucked up,
yeah,
you know. So Chris, I keep wanting to call her by it. So Sophia is just like when she walks in, again, that is such a scary shot of her just out of focus in the background,
yeah,
and here and just listens to Oz pitch her brother's entire drug deal that she already knows everything about. That she knows she in that moment she goes, "Oh, Oz has him or killed him, and
yeah,
if he knows about the plan, then he probably killed him.
yeah,
He got it out of him and killed him." So she knows in that moment. Also, man, they did not, the fact that that tiny little frame can still pack away that much food and booze makes her that much more scary.
yeah, yeah. She was eating like it was her last meal. That was cracking me up.
I was like, did you just get out of Blackgate? Or Arkham rather. She was at Arkham.
Yeah,
Did you just get out of Arkham? Okay. Was the food that, I mean, probably pretty bad. What's Joker like? I'm curious.
yeah,
Yeah. And then we also had like what is his name? Who Michael Kelly was in there as one of the mob bosses. I always like when Michael Kelly shows up in something as a devious bag. He's the bald dude from House of
yeah,
Cards. Always like
yeah,
when he pops up. And Mark Strong's name popped up in the credits. He is credited as playing Carmine Falcone in flashbacks. So
yeah,
I love Mark Strong as an actor. And I'm actually kind of bummed that Green Lantern was so bad because him as Sinestro is sort of genius on paper. So I kind of can't wait to see what these flashbacks, because you don't cast Mark Strong
for a
like
picture.
yeah, like you don't cast him for like a scene. Like it's either going to be like an entire episode or it's going to be like just throughout the whole season, because like that's an actor that if you're going to cast him in a DC in a comic book movie, you don't do what Shazam did.
Yeah,
You don't do what Green Lantern did as a one-off villain. You make him matter. So you either put him in a supporting role that's going to have impact, which is what I think this is going to be feel like, or you cast him as Sinestro for a 5-picture deal.
yeah,
So
for
I
real.
can't wait for that. Yeah, because Mark Strong is not. Yeah, Mark Strong's too big. And then that scene with Clancy Brown, dude. Clancy Brown is. This was Shawshank Clancy Brown. This is Clancy Brown is going to stand in a tower and take you out for trying to get out the tax bunny that we have in prison. Like
Yeah,
yeah, this is scary Clancy Brown, and I love scary Clancy Brown.
yeah. This isn't the man who wants you to make his hamburgers correct. This is a scary dude.
Yeah, this is not like our beloved Senator what's his name in Star Wars. This isn't even Lex Luthor. This is
Yeah,
truly scary mob boss Clancy Brown, and I can't wait for more of that. I think that's everything, man. I'm so ready. So just so you guys know going forward, how we're going to cover this show is um the rest of these episodes are going to be coming out on Sundays starting September 29th. We will release our reviews of the Penguin on YouTube only. Those are going to go straight to YouTube Monday afternoon, maybe Tuesday morning, depending on schedules. Just because Sunday night, Monday we work. Um, so if you guys want more of our Penguin reviews, you have to check them out on the YouTube channel. As for the finale and the full season wrap up, we'll do something for everybody for that as well. But so far, I'm so in. I'm ready for more.
Yes.
So
I'm there with you.
let us know what you guys thought of this episode down below. Please let us know on social media. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram and Threads at WATB Pod. You can find me on social media at Mr. Mike Shea.
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. J Ninja.
Subscribe if you're here on YouTube. If you're not if you're on the audio versions, do whatever you got to do. Just do the thing, and we'll see you guys again next time here. Same bad time, same bad podcast channel.
Bye bye.